What's up, everybody? He is Michael Langston, recruiting analyst for Warchant.com. I'm Aslan Hajavandi, director of digital media. Use the promo code Warchant30 if you're not already a member of the Ultimate Seminoles Sports Source. Try it, you'll like it. I can almost guarantee you of it. Michael, we're talking about recruiting because that's what you're here for. A lot of recruits signed in 2020. We're going over every single one of them, as well as the transfers who are now part of the Florida State program. And offensive line, always a huge topic, always a position of need for Florida State. And they got a big guy from down south, Lloyd Willis. What kind of offensive lineman is he, and what makes him, I guess, a great offensive lineman? What flashes to you, Michael?
Massive size. He's got very long arms when you watch him. That's what you want in offensive tackles. Certainly athleticism jumps out at you as far as his game. But that size and his length and the way he can cover all the ground that he can cover is the thing that certainly jumps out to me when I watch his film and I break down his film and that you see in spurts with him.
That's what flashes to you. What does he need to fix up, do you think, to get ready at some point in his career to be a good contributor and an effective playmaker, or rather effective player, I guess, for Florida State?
Right. Well, he's technically a raw prospect as far as technique. He has to get much better at that part of it where he has one of the best that would coach him in Alex Atkins, so I'm sure he will fine-tune his as far as technique and where he places his hands, and he moves his feet pretty well. As I said, he's athletic, but he needs to just get more technique down. I think that's an area that he's lacking in as far as where hand placement and his ability to how to slip slide as far as on his blocks and move his feet in the right place and help blocking as far as chipping. I think these are all areas that he hasn't done a lot at as far as when he was in high school, and I think that is a part of his game that will have to develop as far as the technique part of his game.
Let's get some insight and some intel from offensive line coach Alex Atkins when it comes to Lloyd Willis.
And what I'm excited about Lloyd is his excitement. He's a guy that's new to football. Only played about a year and a half. So what's excited about him is he's very similar to Robert, where he has all the measurables and the ability. Now he has to put the work in to become what he wants to become. So that's exciting to me because tackles you at this level and all levels, you got to build them a little bit. You get the longest athletes you can find, and hopefully they have the work ethic, and they do. And you build your tackles.
Massive need on the offensive line, massive young man in Lloyd Willis, 6'7", listed out on his recruiting bio. Michael, so let's spin it to the future, 2020 at least. When we're looking in the fall, Lloyd Willis, red shirt or green light?
Yeah, and there's a lot to work with. There's a kid that I'm excited about. I like his film when I watch different parts of it. It jumps out at me, but he's definitely a guy that's going to need a year of development, which is why I would say red shirt. He needs to work on the technique to get used to that speed that he's going to face consistently day in and day out with elite pass rushers. So I think technique wise he's got a ways to go where he's got to fine tune that stuff, and so I think you give him a year with that stuff, he's going to be a guy that's going to benefit heavily from that. And I think he's a guy that has the qualities you look for: athleticism, size certainly, and certainly brings a lot of energy, the offensive tackle position. But that's the part I need to see as far as his development is the technique, and I think that's going to take a year or so to develop.
There we go. We're talking about a prospect that will pay off at some point. It sounds like we're going to have to exercise some patience. For Michael Langston, I'm Aslan Hajavandi. Thanks for watching this edition of Projecting the Prospect on Warchant TV. Stay connected to the Ultimate Seminoles Sports Source, warchant.com.